Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost in Dixon, Missouri. This is the Commonwealth, January 1942. Let's see, quick note. I did not give Japan their wartime bonuses from the reference card. It turns out they qualified for another 7 yen for holding, since they're now at war with major powers, for holding Java, Borneo, and then Peking, Hunan, and Shantung in China. So I've added that money to their bank and made the correction. Okay. UK started with 20 pounds in their bank. They lost a little bit to convoy raiding from the Germans. They have bought a fighter for 10, a transport for 7, and an infantry for 3. India started with 14 in their bank. They also lost a few rupees to the submarines. They bought a marine for 4 and an infantry for 3. Anzac spent 6 to finish their battle cruiser and saved $1 in their bank. I forgot to mention India is saving 7 for the next turn. Canada has spent 4 on a marine and saved 6. The British have their Sol Tech chip, which they have decided to get off of that hard luck advanced ASW. They're going to take a shot at improved factories. They haven't had a good roll in quite a while, so they're going to try and change things up a little bit here. Improved factories needs a 7. And look at that, they hit a 12. The bad luck streak is broken. So improved factories is now at stage 3 for them. Over here, let's see. Let's just start straight ahead here. That guy back there closer to his chip. He's already on combat air patrol. This tactical bomber from Aden, he's going to fly out there into the Gulf and go on combat air patrol to engage that U-boat. As long as we're right here, to keep the U-boat from just changing positions. This fighter in eastern Egypt, he's going on combat air patrol in the Red Sea. Now, over here, let me make sure. Yeah. Over here, there's a strategic bomber there in London. It's right there on that card. He's going to carpet bomb the German troops in Holland. There's see, yeah, it's that one, this one. There's some panzers, some mech infantry, some SS Panzer Grenadiers, a couple of infantry and a commander down there. They're going to try to take one of those out, or two, or whatever they can manage. Okay, so I'll do the attack on the U-boat first. Be right back. All right, he got in there and rolled a 7, which was exactly what he needed, and killed the U-boat. That's one less raider out there in the world. Okay, now I'll do the carpet bombing. The Lancaster rolled 1 hit, so the Germans lost in infantry. And then, of course, he non-combat moved back to London. Let's see. Non-combat moves while we're over here, because we're done with we're done with combat. Non-combat moves over here. This 1st Commando Brigade in North England is going to strategic rail down to London. Let's see. This Corvette is going to slide over here. 1. This Corvette is going to slide over here. 1. This Corvette comes up here off Newfoundland. Try to make a line of blockers across the North Atlantic there. Then I think the others are going to stay where they are. Yeah. Everything else in Great Britain's going to stay where it is. Down here, since the U-boat threat is gone, he will non-combat move off of combat air patrol back to Eastern Egypt. He will do the same back to Aden. The battleship and heavy cruiser right here are going 1-2 back to home. I had to get a chip in there because that got just a little bit too crowded. There they are. So I'll put them on the FEC fleet card. Just so you know, they've got a battleship, a heavy cruiser, an escort carrier with a fighter, a destroyer, and 2 transports sitting there off Calcutta. Oh, wait, I knew there was another combat. A couple more combats. I set this up last night. And now, of course, I'm playing it the next day, and I missed a couple things down there. 1 medium bomber from Calcutta here. He is coming down here to attack this Japanese torpedo boat destroyer off Siam. And then the infantry and the 3 Gurkhas, from Burma, are going to attack that Japanese militia there in Siam. And they will be supported by a medium bomber. Let's see. Well, I got to move that target marker to see. I don't believe Siam is connected to the water there. No, they're not. So he would be 1, 2, 3. Now the fighter can't get there, but the medium bombers can. So yeah, the medium bomber can. So one medium bomber attacks the torpedo boat destroyer, and one supports the land attack into Siam. Okay, the medium bomber got his hit. The torpedo boat destroyer missed. And that medium bomber, I'll get it moved once everything else is out of the way, but he will have to land in Burma. He's one short of being able to make it all the way back to Calcutta. So now we'll do the land attack. Okay, they kicked the Japanese out of Siam. So off camera, I'm moving India up 1 to 15. Japan down 1 to 38. And you can see the medium bombers have now landed in Burma where they belong. For non-combat moves here, we're going to move this Gurkha up to Burma. We're going to move this infantry up to Burma. We're going to strategic rail this light tank down here to Calcutta. Yeah. As long as I'm here, in thinking about the overall strategy for what India wants to do, it occurred to me that with these two KMT infantry sitting up here in Hanoi, India is not going to be able to turn the corner there and attack up into China to get to the Japanese, because they can't share land zones with KMT because they're not aligned. KMT, to the best of my reading of things, doesn't align with anyone. They are a playable minor power controlled by the U.S. player, but they remain just a controlled minor. They don't align. Because if they did, all Chiang Kai-shek's guys would come off here and be replaced with the Americans, and that's not how it's done with them. So India could try to grab Saigon, but that's about as far as they're going to be able to go overland, because on this version 3 map, the border here between Burma and Yunnan has got that dark black crosshatch. That's impassable as part of the Himalayas. So the only way to get from Burma over here into China is to come down through here, like I'm doing, through Saigon or through Siam, and then up into Indochina. So once they finish what they're doing there in Southeast Asia, the only way they can help out against the Japanese and get into China is going to be by ship. But I guess that's the way it has to be sometimes. Okay, Anzac. Does Anzac want to do anything? Yeah, they're going to move their submarine down here off Sydney. I think they're going to take him and go, let's say 1, 2, 3 over to here to cover the far eastern flank. And then let's see, yeah, they've got carriers in the Philippine Sea, so he can't, well, he can try to do this. He can go 1, 2, 3. Oh, combat move, I forgot. Like I said, I set this up last night, and I was kind of tired when I did it. He's gonna raid this Japanese convoy line, the Tokyo line. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, the Australian rolled a 4 plus 2 becomes a 6. And the Japanese roll a 2 plus a 0. So they're losing 4 yen. All right. Now we're actually really done with combat. We have one more non-combat move I tried to forget about over here. This fleet right here, they do have a couple of ships there that can only go 2. So they'll pick up the major port bonus there and go 1, 2, 3 down to there. Okay, now we're ready to place units. As long as I'm pointed this direction, we'll just do it over here first. The fighter goes to the major factory in London. I will put him on the card over there. The infantry also to the major factory in London. The transport, and here I forgot another non-combat move, but we're going to get her done here real quick. The transport is going to this major shipyard in the English Channel. He's being joined by his brother from over there. This coastal defense ship. And up here, this was a Dutch that aligned to Great Britain. So I'll put a chip under that coastal defense ship. He's going down to the English Channel as well. So clean this up here with a couple of chips. I might just kind of stagger them in there to make a little more room. So the transports have those 2 warships to protect them. There's also a fighter here at the Midlands with an airfield and a fighter. I'm sure there's an airfield in London. Yep. A fighter there in London with an airfield who, if necessary, can scramble out into the English Channel to help protect them. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. I did my non-combat moves over there. Placed units. Oh, I got more units to place. Okay. Down here in India, the Marine is going to the minor factory at Calcutta. The infantry goes at the minor factory over here at Bombay. Anzac gets its battle cruiser. And shift back this direction. Canada gets its Marine at the major factory in Ottawa. Okay, now we got her under control. Now, money. All right, let's review those wartime bonuses. Okay, Great Britain, +3 for Suez, +2 for neutral Iran, and that's that. So they will get 23 + 5 is 28. India gets still its +2 for aid in Eastern Egypt. So 15 + 2 is 17. +7, they'll have 24 next turn. Anzac does not have any enemy surface warships within 2 sea zones of Australia. So they get their 2, that's 7 and 2 is 9, +1 will give them 10, because they saved 1. And then Canada is 5 + 2 is 7, and they saved 6, so they'll have 13. This is Ozark Outpost, over and out.